Oh, I got it.
Are you ready to get covered in film? Because we're coming right now. Tonight, we review the movie that took an absolute sweep 2001's Critics' Choice winner for Best Inanimate Object. Wilson! It's Castaway with Tom Hanks, 2000.
2000.
2000. Double
Andre-
odds. What were you guys doing on
Y2K.
double odd? What were you guys doing New Year's Eve of Y2K?
I can't remember. I have a memory from it. You guys is probably better because yours is old. You're older than me. But
Your story is already better than mine.
there's only one thing that I can remember about it, and it's driving over the Imola Bridge and hearing my friend Ryan talking shit about people who believed in Y2K. That's all I remember.
How old
Hey
were
Ryan, you're
How-
never gonna ever watch this show, but if you do, remember that time when you talk shit about people?
How
Been a
old
lot
were
of those
you?
moments.
How old were you?
In 2000?
Mm-hmm.
2000.
2000.
I don't know. I got to do math. 14?
Ought.
15?
All right. So not in the bars yet. Jimin, where were you at Y2K?
That was the time where I had moved out to Kansas and had that bunker. So I think
That's right,
on
in
New
that
Year's
Bronco.
Eve, I was pretty much no. God, where was I? I have no recollection.
You guys are killing me. So for me, I've got actually a really good story. My brother, who was a member of the Fairfield High marching band as a
Saxophonist.
bagpipe player, although he did do the saxophone for a brief time.
You could do that.
Fairfield High School band was in the Rose Bowl parade that year. So I actually was in LA and ended up at the hotel bar. I've got pictures. I had the glasses on and the 2000.
Wait,
Yeah, it was fun. I ended up.
how old were you?
I rung in
22,
Y2K
23.
vomiting in the bushes outside the hotel.
So wait, this 23-year-old guy followed his high school brother to LA and just got drunk for Fairfield.
All right. No, we
saxophonist.
we went down to
That's what we
support the
do for
band.
Fairfield,
I helped them.
bitch.
All right. In the field, Fairfield.
Fair loss. What's up?
Nah, we were band support. I was up in the morning, friggin' bright eyed and bushy tailed, and helped get everybody set up and walked along the route and shot the film.
Joe's
and
mom. Joe's mom was always very active in being a booster and a chaperone, and one of those parents who help facilitate things getting moving. And yeah, I can attest the family pitched in.
Much
It's
love.
a
to
big
Mom.
deal being on the Scarlet Brigade.
Fuck yeah, dude. They're a state force. They're a force in the state. Anyways, I think I said the
Hey,
same thing twice.
You know who's on the Vintage High band? I don't even know what he played, but it was Mike. I think it was a saxophone.
Hey,
Mike, that's 3 episodes I've called you out on.
Yeah. Like and subscribe, Mike.
Along
You
the
owe
lonesome
it to us
highway.
at this point. Like if you come back 3 times, baby, it might be a thing.
Yep. And then when you see that pop up, you got to click it. And then you got to click like.
When it pops up, you gotta click it, baby. So, in case we've managed to bring any new viewers in,
They've surely
like
left
to-
by now.
right. You're already gone, but let me introduce the Covered in Film crew. First up, we are covered in film, and it's his fault. Ben, the Film Hansen. There he is.
Hi.
You can see by the sheen coming off his head. Next, if it was just he and Wilson on Survivor, it's Wilson for the win. Russell, you are but Craigie.
Oh no, that is me. For the
Oh,
record,
goodness.
I don't know why my phone does that every time. Sorry, viewers.
And I'm your host with the most, the man with the plan, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Ben, if you were stranded on a tropical island paradise with one person, who would it be?
Any person.
Any person, but only one.
Man, I don't know. How annoying is Bear Grylls in real life?
Oh my god,
Like,
dude.
I'm pretty sure you bring that guy along and you're having a pretty good time.
No, Les
I mean,
Stroud.
well,
You
you bring
idiot.
if you well, so here's the pros and the cons. You bring Bear Grill, he comes with an entire camera crew and a safety team
Oh
and
no, then
a
how many shots are
scripted
they catching of me fucking shitting in the sand? No thanks.
right. Well, no, because that footage is captured with Survivor Man. Well, wait, no, he has to set the camera. Well, no, yeah, he'd probably catch you shitting in the wood. I don't know, man. You pick one
I'd probably
person.
bring Steve Carell. He was in that Survivor Man episode of The Office, and he's probably pretty good at outdoor stuff.
The Office for the win. That's fucking fantastic. Russ, if you were stranded on an island with Ben, would it take 3 years to decide to try and hang yourself or less?
Nah, man, we'd have a damn good time. I give Ben shit, but he's like one of my best friends, and I think we'd survive pretty fucking well together.
Well, yeah, we'd figure out that food shit, that shelter shit, that fire shit. It would be no joke.
Like we drink good together, we talk good together. I think we'd survive good together. We'd
You
figure
guys
it
could
out.
Bet you
eat-
the biggest fight we get into is because he wants me to eat raw fish, and I'm like, we got a fire. We've got a fire now. Let's just fucking cook it.
I see.
Just
I
try
know.
it. Just try it.
I see
I'm
you
not gonna
guys
give it to you
romanticize-
unless you try it.
I see
think,
you guys
like-
I'm getting
arguing
mad
over
already.
who is the biggest Office fan as you guys eat Steve Carell.
No, that's not
Right.
true. I think like once every 3 months, I have this sad fantasy about like, what if Russia really nuked us, or like, what if zombies are real and I have to go survive in the wilderness, and it like spirals out of control into like how many people I kill on the way. Who do I take with me? Obviously,
Oh,
my life
wow.
is number one. But then, like, who do you meet up with and want to survive with? Ben's always my number one.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
Even though he
that's
talks
one of the
so much
nicest
shit.
things anybody has ever said to me.
So before we get into the rate it and
Mm.
grade it, I just got one more question for you, Russell. Giving only the resources available to you on the island, which Warhammer 40K faction do you build?
Like out of the bamboo and coconuts.
Yep, out of the raw materials, which one do you build?
I think Tau. They're
Because the
boxy.
angles and the boxy, right?
Yeah, they just seem kind of easy.
God
With,
damn,
like,
he keeps it practical instead of getting creative. Like I was thinking
No
Slave
way,
to
dude.
Darkness proxy
No,
or
all those-
something.
Yeah, all
It's got,
those
like-
fish bones. You could do chaos pretty cool.
I guess, but like Tau have like really big guns. I could just get a piece of bamboo and shave that into a giant rectangle, and there we go.
Dude has a jungle themed Aldari force and fucking picks Tau. I don't even know what to say right now. Like, I'm just so
I mean, they are
disappointed.
fish people.
I'm going for easy. I don't want
Dude,
to live my life
fucking-
hard.
Jesus, dude.
Henry Cavill, please hang out with me. Just-
My name's Henry too.
Goodness.
Russell, rate it and grade it.
This movie's really hard for me to grade because I feel like on principle and the story and like I don't know, even just how good the movie is and what I want it to be and what it is in my head and blah blah blah. Like it's an A plus on that level. Like, but that's what I want it to be. Every time I watch it, I realize I want this movie to be an A plus, and it's like I love the whole survival concept and thinking about it and maybe taking a vacation in the woods and pretending I'm doing it for a minute and all of that. And so you kind of romanticize that when you do that when you have that mindset. And this movie, this is like the probably the number one movie of all time about somebody getting stuck and having to survive. And so yeah, I want it to be an A plus. And then I watch it and I'm always like, it's just not. And it is very good. I really love everything it delivers on. I wouldn't change anything in the movie, but it's not my it's if there's another movie out there that's going to be released one day that does the same concept only better, and this movie is probably a B plus.
Jesus Christ, dude. That freaking grade took as long to get to as it
Wow.
took him to get back to the fucking mainland. Holy Christ.
Say
Hey.
that could have been your dissertation for college, but I know you've never gone.
But did it make sense? Did I'm a
B plus,
long-winded
yeah,
guy.
B plus. It made
Sure.
sense, and I'm gonna even derail the rated and graded. We're gonna come back to it here for in a minute, and we're gonna come back to Ben. But I want to know what's your favorite survival movie, Ben?
He said Ben.
I did, Ben. I'm a kind of you're next, so think about it. Think about it. I hit Ben blindside.
favorite
You get to think about it.
Survival movie.
Yep, survival movie.
Home
So you-
Alone.
what?
No,
Not a fucking survival movie. What about the soccer team that freaking got stranded in the fucking
Alive.
Alive?
Never saw it.
What? You know the
well, I
story
don't know
though,
what-
right?
Does Interstellar count?
No.
Why not? He's fucking trying to survive and make it back home.
No, I mean like Martian would count, but not
I really love the
Interstellar.
season of Alone where they go to Patagonia. That's a great season of Alone. Movie wise, you remember the 80s movie Survivors with Robin Williams and Walter Matthau?
Oh damn.
Yeah, remember that one? What about the is it
I
Cry
is-
Wolf where Richard Dreyfuss has to make new ways to eat mice because he's out in the Arctic and his only source of food is mice?
Wow.
Pretty sure that's Cry Wolf. Anyway, I don't know.
Dude, how
It's
is it
hard
not
to say.
the first movie that Covered in Film started with? Like the very
Oh,
the
The
very
Revenant?
How-
Is
It's
that
not a
really a
survival
survival? That's a
movie.
revenge movie.
No, that's a fucking
mean,
survival
No,
movie,
the
dude.
beginning
guess.
of that movie is a survival movie, and then it takes on a whole new.
No, all of the movies survival. Revenge was his motivation for his survival.
Right.
I
But he
can't
did
believe this
survive.
did this not come up during the review we did. Don't watch it, but here's the link.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking about how much I enjoy
You want to
talking
see
about
Ben
the,
talk to a homeless person about a movie?
Stop
Here you
it.
go.
That's right.
Stop it. Stop it.
Click the
Russell,
link.
what's your favorite survival movie?
Dude. I don't know. You like expanded the. You made it be any revenge movie is suddenly a survival movie, and I don't
Jeremiah
think that's
Johnson?
true.
No, you
Should've
can't
got
say
mentioned.
that because in Revenant, he's literally left to die.
In the beginning of the movie,
wilderness.
it's a survival movie. That's not a survival movie though. Into the Wild
the
is kind
fuck?
of a survival movie that I did really enjoy.
187 hours.
127.
Damn, no.
Whatever.
100
No, I like the one where he's
Oh.
out there an extra 60 hours.
I think. What about The Road? That movie is all it's
Yeah,
survival
I
to
would
the
call that a
most.
survival movie.
It's the
call that a
most
survival
extreme
movie.
survival movie you'll ever see. And it takes everything that you think about the zombie apocalypse or the apocalypse scenario, and it makes you really see that wouldn't be fun. That's awful. And I don't know, it's a good movie. The Road's probably my favorite.
That's
I
fair.
want to change my answer
Yeah.
to Shanghai Nights.
I swear to God, dude. Why do I even show up? What are we doing? What's happening right now? Shanghai Nights. What
Don't
the
ask me.
fuck? All right. Do you guys think he would have survived without Wilson? Oh wait, no. Hold on. Table that. Ben, rate it and grade it.
Oh my God. So off the fucking rails. The rewatch factor for this movie, I feel like, is a 10. You see this movie is on, you're like, oh, which part are they at? If it's anything before he's looking at the giant crab legs and just disgusted with being back on the mainland, you're probably going to stop and watch it. Anything after that, you're like, oh, I missed the good parts. But that's such a good movie.
Dude, that's like the last friggin' 20 minutes of the movie, though.
I know, skip it. It's
Oh, at the end, you just skip the end.
absolutely
All right,
skip it.
interesting. All right,
But the rest of it's great. I think it's a super solid B. I
solid
actually
B.
had
All right.
watched this movie for fun. Like I still watch movies, but definitely not as much as I used to anymore. When I do, it's like, oh, let's watch a movie for fun. And yeah, I had watched this one a while ago. Like, I'm in the mood for Castaway, and then when you picked it, I was like, oh, do I have to? I should watch it, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
I
like I
enjoy
watch
it.
Castaway
And
probably once every 2 to 3 years.
yeah,
Like it just
and you know his love interest name is Kelly, so now it's got special notation to me. I actually thought while I was watching it, like, Russ, what movie does that for you? Like when you watch Mortal Kombat, or you all, oh, Sonya.
no, I've told you guys multiple times that this is 40. This is 40 is my movie with
That
my wife.
That's funny.
was a solid setup and delivery, and you just ruined it.
Yeah, no, he delivered. He delivered. The
Oh
punchline's
yeah,
there.
is Mortal Kombat.
The punchline was there, but not Ben. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm gonna take another aside before I do my rate it and grade it. And
Thank God.
Thank God.
Because it's not a regular show tonight.
Joe hasn't hosted it in a while, by the way, people. Like and subscribe if you want to see us do this again. Show us with your voting power.
They're gonna see it regardless of whether they vote or not.
Leave a comment. You won't, because you never do.
Say Joe's my favorite host.
That's right. Please.
I don't make me start a campaign. Joe's
Skippy
the
for
host
president.
with the most. Yeah, Skippy for president. Exactly. Speaking to both of your points about Ben, you feel like the last part of the movie could be dismissed. And
yeah,
I disagree. Like I really felt like so it'd been a long time since I seen this movie. Watched it back to back. Had never watched it back to back. I went ahead and watched it twice because I was hosting, so I wanted to be prepared. Decided to not do anything that we normally do, but whatever. I was really actually struck by the unstated and kind of unspoken commentary on the human condition. Like the movie starts and ends in the same setting, and I didn't realize that until I watched it back to back. Like I watched it the first time, and then when I watched it the second time, I was like, "Wait a minute, that's the same motherfucking farm."
Yep.
And the thing and
ends at the same place.
Right.
You didn't know that?
Stupid. Whatever, man. Fucking eat a dick. When he does the whole first part of the movie and it's all this bustle, all this hustle, and he's in fucking, the red square under the statue of Lenin sorting his fucking FedEx mail, and he calls the fucking woman that he loves to share this moment. And this is pre-cell phones and all the other fun stuff, right? So bear with us, people. There's some understanding.
Pagers heavily featured in this movie.
Well, because that was the thing. That was the most
1995
recent way, the most up-to-date way to stay in contact. Anyways, leaves a message and calls her again to try and connect. She doesn't pick him up from the airport. He finds her at her work doing her work thing. They go to this family event, all of this joking about personal connection and marriage and blah, blah, blah. Brushed off, pager goes off. Now suddenly they're pulling out their planners and schedule, and then he's stuck on an island for 4.5 years, and he comes back and he's got this rose-colored lenses about what his life was before. And I think it's a really intense commentary, probably even more relevant today, about disconnecting. Spend more time connecting with the people that matter, less time doing a job that nobody fucking cares about. Because if you're doing your job on a plane and you go down in the South Pacific, they're going to come look for you, but eventually they're going to call it quits.
I knew that Joe was going to throw in one of his fuck work stories.
No, just fuck counting on people that you work for to actually give a shit and care for you. Regardless, I'm gonna call it
Don't get me started. I feel like you're baiting me.
It's a B plus.
Feel like
it's a B plus. Yeah, no, dude, we're always replaceable. Even as successful as I am as a business owner, if I died tomorrow,
more like a business boner.
They're gonna find somebody to handle their business within a week. Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, we're all disposable.
That's
so right. I felt like there was a strong commentary in that direction, but not to bring it down.
Too late.
It's true. I mean, you know how many people reach out to me every week because of the job I have right now? Do you know how many people would
83
care? Do you know how many people would care if I suddenly didn't have it anymore? Yeah, nobody.
Wait, I'm confused. Let's move on.
Like, yeah, my job might seem important to me and everything, and like I do a damn good job, and my company should be thankful and everything. But like, at the end of the day, I'm just a dude. There's gonna be somebody else who could do it.
Well, the only and this will wrap up my little segment on the societal comments that this movie makes is that at the end of the day, I love what I do, regardless of whether they can replace me tomorrow or not. If I get T-boned in the intersection tomorrow and that's all she wrote, I wouldn't look bad and be mad at where I ended up. So that's my little peace of mind that goes to it. Russell,
I hate my job. Hate it.
No point to living.
No, that's not true. Love you guys.
All right, so let's shift gears real quick and let's get back to being abandoned on an island by yourself for. Wait, no, right, so we're not moving up.
Before I forget,
dude, is this heaven or what?
Dude, abandoned on a tropical island, right?
Oh my God, sign me up,
dude. So. What would
I'm out the other side looking like svelte ass Tom Hanks with the fucking golden blonde beard, looking like Neptune and shit,
and a severe appreciation for sushi? Like Ben would finally eat raw fish, guaranteed.
Nope. I do think that the one thing that would totally suck about this movie is just the loneliness. But being on an island, like if I had a couple buddies and my wife had a couple friends, like. Totally good.
Yeah, but we're talking about being alone.
Alone.
You can't bring people.
Right.
We were having the conversation as we were watching it, like, would you make a Wilson? And I think a lot of people probably would.
Do you think he would have survived without Wilson?
I'd talk to everything on the island. I'd be a complete madman just talking to everything, having a conversation with the entire island.
Ben's like, threaten me with a good time. I get to be a druid. Fuck yeah.
That's right. Yeah. You gonna throw a coconut at me, Mr. Tree? Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna drink that shit.
I'd
Ben,
be
I know-
Adam Sandler. Just stop looking at me, Swan.
Ben,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know you've watched all of Lost, and when that show was out, and even after it ended, the plot was always debated on like, is it this? Is it that? Is it all in Hurley's mind? Like, what if you were a crazy person and you were John Locke, stranded on the island, and there was no other survivors, but you imagined all of the story to Lost? That wouldn't be that bad. I could do that.
See,
I
and
think I prefer that to being alone for 4.5 years.
but speaking to that, well, like at what point, like if you didn't have Wilson, and from haven't seen watched Lost, but from what I understand, it was a little bit more traumatic. You know, you have all the reminders of the people you lost. Like, at what point do you literally exist in your mind? Like, do you guys think he would have survived without Wilson? Ben opened the conversation. Like, would he have survived without Wilson? I don't think so.
He definitely would have been a much more changed person at the end.
Like, was
He would have
Wilson
been
like a
mumbling to
little
himself and completely withdrawn.
right? Like, was Wilson the contextual social output? You know, I mean, he has the whole conversation about
I mean,
the 30
let's
feet
stop
of
tiptoeing
extra
around the
rope.
question. Stop tiptoeing around it, dude. Did Chuck and Wilson get it on? Did they have a
Well,
relationship
I mean,
beyond friendship?
he started as an intact volleyball, and then he's got cum in his
Right.
hair. You know,
I
later in the
mean,
movie. So I mean,
that
it was.
the
Is there
needle
something
hole
about
does
Mary
not
going on?
say. All right,
That
now
just
how about
happened.
that wooden replica he made to see if he could hang himself? He's definitely doing that thing.
Wow. All right. See, like I was good with the Wilson thing, but now we're just. Now, I mean, no legs. Come on, man. You're
Yeah,
tapping into
got a favorite
whole
tree?
sub levels now.
Hey,
Right?
did you guys ever watch Jungle with Daniel Radcliffe?
No.
No.
But hey, good segue, right? I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Not as good as this
I-
movie, but damn
Alright.
good. And it was interesting to see Harry Potter do basically this movie in a very different way. A little more violence or like aggression is in the movie.
A little bit more Lord of the Flies.
Well, I mean, it's him and it's him alone. So not really Lord of the Flies, but there's like animals and shit trying to get him, and it's just a little more scary than this movie is.
A little more Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies had the pig. But Russ, did you ever listen to or read the book Robinson Crusoe? Or are you familiar with the story?
Oh,
I'm definitely familiar with the story because they made a movie out of it. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if I don't know if I could say that I did the book thing. I mean, there's very few books that I ever tried, and most of them maybe 1 or 2 chapters.
Well, and Robin Crusoe isn't anything I think that's ever been part of the regular educational curriculum. Ben, did you ever read Robinson Crusoe?
Yeah, no, they
All
make you read that.
And I
That's
think
a
it's,
great school
it's
book.
Robin Crusoe, maybe. Regardless, it
Swiss Family Crusoe, right?
Swiss Family Robinson is the
Oh, and then
Disney
Robinson
movie.
Crusoe,
Robin
and then Crusoe, Indian in the Cupboard. No, Is
Which
that
one?
it?
Which one was the show
Swear
where
to
they
God,
actually had like
this
a
fucking guy.
whole shower built in and everything?
Yeah, it's Swiss Family Robinson.
Was
It's
that
a,
Swiss Family
it's
Talking
Robinson?
about Lost?
it's a Disney movie. No,
There's
it's a
like this
Disney
Land of the
movie.
Lost?
All
What-
right, so I'm gonna bring it back to the point, which was this movie was not based on true events, as a lot of people assume. However, it was inspired by multiple survival stories the basis of which Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks, not nearly enough running in this movie for it to be a Tom Cruise movie. Tom Hanks cites Robin Crusoe as one of the main inspirations to him wanting to examine.
Right, but really got the idea from the FedEx thing. There's actually a really good interview with Bill Simmons where he goes into him and the writer William Broyles Jr. He calls him Bill. They spent 4 years working this up and then getting Zemeckis to come on board and figuring out how they'd shoot it.
I'll see it.
Really
I heard
great
6
little
years.
story.
Still, regardless, long time making it happen.
Right.
And Tom
Long
Hanks was
time.
at the height of his career at that point where he had the chops to be like, hey, what if a FedEx plane went down? Let's make a movie about that.
Yep.
And everybody said, hey, that's a great idea. Here's a couple $1 million. Go make this movie.
Again, in that story, he talks about having to kind of fight for it a little bit. Tom Hanks is a notorious liar, though, so he could have been making the whole thing up. I know his off-screen persona is so much different. It's a lot like Bill Cosby, where Tom Hanks off-screen is just not the same.
No,
dude.
it's not. Remember when Tom Hanks was like the first big name to get COVID, and everyone was.
No, I remember when his wife Rita Wilson did.
Didn't they get it together?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Don't marginalize Rita Wilson, Russ.
Ben's just making a reference point.
I mean, Tom Hanks is larger than life. Tom Hanks in this movie, fun fact, they started the filming of this movie, and then he needed to lose, I think it was 40 pounds, maybe it was 60 pounds, and grow a crazy ass beard. And they wanted to make it all real. So they took a year off of filming. And during that time, everyone but Tom Hanks was like, well, we need to keep doing shit. So they went and made
What Lies Beneath.
What Lies
Harrison
Beneath.
Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Harrison Ford.
That's right. It's the 10th highest grossing film of 2000.
Yeah. This was the
and it
third.
was just like an extra.
The third.
An extra.
What was the fourth?
May the fourth be with you.
No, it was What Women Want. Now, what the fuck does that movie have any right being in the top 10? You know what? I saw that movie in the theater and I feel disgusting.
It was Y2K, dude. Everybody thought they were gonna die. So the idea
honestly,
of
I haven't heard someone talk about What Women Want in a long time. But
it's horrible.
I've only seen it.
Fucking horrible.
You're
married. It's understandable.
I've only seen it once, but I do remember seeing the commercials for it and being like really intrigued to be able to hear what women are thinking, because I mean around that time for me too, I was like much younger than you guys, but I was like, what do women want? I wish I knew what they were thinking.
So bad.
Yeah, you want to hear about the top 10 grossing film? I think
I
10 in the theater.
I don't.
Should we go?
What I'd really like to know
movie in the theater?
is
what was number one?
Did I say yes? I saw this movie in the theater.
Mission Impossible 2. I saw this movie in the theater with my mom. It was a really great experience.
Nice. What was the last movie you saw in the movie theater with your mom?
It's a good question. I'm not sure.
All right, interesting. I was just curious. It just popped into my head literally as you said that, because you mentioned a couple of movies that you've seen with your mom. So I'm curious to see what the last one was.
I know what mine is, and now I feel like I have to make more memories that way.
You should. Yeah.
Fucking A, you should, brother. Fucking A, you should.
You should.
Because
Take it from me.
Puss in Boots is not gonna cut it.
And I just saw Dungeons and Dragons with my mom and my 3-year-old. So
how much did your mom love it?
She was on par with us. I mean, she actually thought that so Dungeons and Dragons coming up. Well, no, by then it'll be out. Check it out.
Yeah, we just last week. Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks
just
for
last week.
tuning in again.
Yeah. Welcome.
It was
Welcome.
today,
like,
right?
subscribe, share.
No, it's It's a week from today.
Right.
She thought the same as we did until we talked about it afterwards, and we started breaking out the actual the game mechanics on film, and then she had a better appreciation for it. Yeah, I mean, we play that campaign with Mom. She's friggin' the best player at the table, and the
Very
scribe.
much.
And dude, I can't wait.
Yep.
All right, no spoilers. Anyways, Ben, if you found yourself in this situation, what would be the biggest setback for you to survive the first 90 days? So what's your biggest stumbling block? Yeah, what's your biggest struggle the first 90 days?
Depression. I made the note.
That's legit.
I feel like when in the night when he finally hits up against the island and he crawls out, I'm like, thank God he held on to that sweater for armor as he's making his way. Like, I bet you that sweater, that heavy ass wool sweater, came in good because
probably saved his life.
Him,
that he wore to the Christmas party. Like, I mean, keep that in mind.
Right. But if that was me in the ocean, I would have figured out how to dump that thing once I was in the water. One of the first things I would do is get that off of me because I'd be afraid of it drowning me. 100%. So I always look at it.
You're saying in the struggle to get in the raft, you got rid of that. Yeah. In the initial scene, like as soon as the plane crashes,
I'd be down to t-shirt and underwear so fast.
Oh wow! All right, interesting.
So fast. Right. Yep.
So your immediate struggle would have been exposure.
That's right.
All right.
Yep.
So what about you, Russ?
Shelter would have to been number one. Shelter, and then how to fashion myself clothing out of bamboo.
I mean,
palm trees.
You'd have literally been wearing the fucking earth. You fucking druid motherfucker. Russ.
I would have been wearing shit. I would have been like, by the end of day one, I'd be like, there's nobody fucking here. I'm not on a resort island. Closed. Done.
Yes. I want to see my dick all leathery and burnt.
For me, like, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I'd be really good at a lot of it. And I honestly think that my mind would immediately go into survival mode first before rescue mode. Like, oh, I got to do shelter. I got to figure out food.
Oh, yeah.
And then like 10 days later, I'll build the help sign.
So not to interrupt you, but like this movie was pre-Survivor, pre all of these shows and all of this stuff that now people are, I mean,
genuinely interested in those certain things. I'm somewhat physically fit. I think I can do a lot of this, and I've tried doing a lot of it. But one of the main reasons that I'm like, I want Ben to be there with me. I don't know shit about plants. Ben's like plant guy, as far as I know. So I'd eat something wrong, and I'd probably get paralyzed and die like the End of the Wild dude. By the way, that's how that movie
all of a sudden
ends.
The pressure is too much. Like, pick a new one. Like, I don't want to let you down. Day one, I'm like, no, that should be good. And I'm just going to watch and see if you're going to get sick so I can figure it out. Because I didn't know in the first place.
I did see on Survivor Man that Les Stroud said, if you're not sure about a plant, just rub it on your arm first.
Right.
And if you don't have like any kind of allergic reaction or something to it, then eat a really small piece. And if nothing bad happens, then you're probably good. But that's as good as I can do. Like, I think Ben could do a lot better than that.
All right.
I could probably see a couple plants and figure out if they were edible or not. But
I could get those damn coconuts. I could get them open. I could start a fire way better than Tom Hanks did. That fucking idiot. He had a flashlight with a lens in it. Did not open that shit up. and just
Never
use a
use the
magnifying
lens. I
glass.
had a note about that. Never use the lens from the fucking flashlight.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I would have taught myself how to like make fire out of friction over time, but my immediate reaction would have been, how do I use a magnifying glass?
What
And
about
I
that
think I
super
could
cool
have.
calendar? Would you think you could
That
do that
was
super cool calendar?
dude, after 4 years, yes.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, dude, you know what I mean? At a certain point, you're dude, you're there 4 years. There's nobody to talk to.
There was some
Yeah.
shit he
What
did.
do
that
you
was
By
do with
the
like,
your
end of that
time?
thing,
there
dude,
was-
I'd be like, I've been on this island 5 decades. I've finally been rescued. What's the new technology?
Right. So
I
that
yeah, I know.
that brings me to my biggest stumbling block of surviving the first 90 days is ever wanting to come home. Like once I realized I couldn't leave and I was never gonna see my kids and my family again, I'm like, all right, cool, fucking, hey man. I mean,
This is my life now.
dude, that island was fucking beautiful. That fucking super far outlying reef. He's got all of that bay. Dude,
just so everybody, all the viewers
fuck.
out there know, this is coming from the guy who wants me to buy a very large property with an extra dock so that he can live on a boat on it.
Hey, no, I'll buy it with you. I got skin in the game. But hell yeah, shit, sign me
But
up.
what he
Oh
wants
my
is
Threaten
the
me with
boat.
a good time.
Oh my god.
Boat on the water. So next question. With the Fukushima reactor leaking nuclear waste into the ocean
Oh fuck.
for the next billion years,
Fukushima.
right?
Yeah.
Is this the Aquaman origin story? All he's got is fish. You know, all he's got to eat is nuclear fish, right? Like, is this
By
the
the end of it, he's
Aquaman
looking like
origin
blonde.
story?
I mean, it could be. That could
All
be.
right,
He
all
could
right,
be
all
just
right.
like
Moving on. Russ, what was his best FedEx find?
I guess the most useful one was the ice skating boots.
All right,
Scary.
solid call.
I mean, anything that helps you cut down a tree. There was some stuff that he did that I was like, I would have done that differently, but when he cut down a tree with it, it's like, yeah, all right.
I mean,
good
he
job.
discovered they did a great montage in the beginning where he discovered so many things about primitive life that they remind you of. Like when he's trying to crack open that coconut and the rock chips accidentally,
Mhm.
and suddenly he's got
Yep. Oh,
an
Tool.
axe. You know, the ingenuity of turning the coconuts into refillable water containers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, his own little nature's water bottle. That was really good. Ben, what was his best FedEx find?
The best
That
FedEx
blouse.
find.
Ben liked the blouse.
Just gonna have to use more videotape.
Oh my God.
It's Wilson.
Yeah.
Saved his life.
Oh, there it is.
Fucking Wilson.
There it is.
Okay, wait, coming
No,
back
it's
to
the skates
FedEx.
for sure. Hands down, it's the skates. Life would have been so much harder without those fucking skates.
Yeah, see, and
But-
I disagree. I thought about that, and it's like, all right, so you got the skates, but at the same time, in the opening scenes, before he ever raids those packages, he's already discovered.
Wilson was just like a thing that happened. It could have been anything. It just at the time it happened to be a circle with a bloody handprint on it. It was gonna be something. Those skates.
I think that was a
Skates
beautiful actual. I think it was a beautifully scripted, well written plot point for Wilson. I mean, the fact that happened in the first days that he was there, injured his hand when he's finally in the throes of the struggle and he knows he needs fire.
Oh, he's not going to survive anymore without it.
Right. And
Literally.
injures his hand and does his little Joe Pesci treatment. And then has a moment where he calms down and comes back and this blood print handball
Joe
becomes
Pesci
your
treatment.
sole companion for the next 4 years. You know, I mean, it's beautifully done.
way, way better than their original first draft, which just had googly eyes on a see-through dildo. That wasn't going to pass muster in the theaters.
Oh, I found it in the trivia. That's what exploded. They went up in elevation to clear the storm, and one of the batteries in a dildo blew up. That's
Yep.
what brought the whole plane down.
What?
Originally, this entire plot revolved around fucking 18 dildos that happen to be on this thing. Weird. Hanks is kind of weird. He's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Crazy third world knockoffs.
Castaway about dildos.
William Broyles, the writer, also did Apollo 13. He did the Planet of the Apes remix. He did Jarhead. He was also involved in the making of China Beach. Remember China Beach?
Oh, Jesus.
With Dana Delaney and Mark Helgenberger?
That was rough.
Ooh, Dana Delaney, man. You lied to me.
This movie is not about dildos. But
what are some of your favorite shots?
But it's great.
This movie has some pretty great cinematography.
I just want to stop and commemorate the fact that is now a part of Russell's search history.
Yeah, on my work laptop. But I did learn the origin of the word dildo.
Oh, well,
it is rooted in dill pickles. So there you go. Viewers, like and subscribe.
Good to know.
Important shit here.
All right. There's a really good little wine nod in this where they're talking about wine early on.
Yeah.
When they're drinking it on the plane, right? It's just a 1990 full body grape juice.
1992 full bodied grape juice. Yeah.
Right. Made me think like, what's your favorite vintage? Do you have a vintage that just sticks out to you as
dude, that
one of the best ever?
That Sterling Chardonnay, whatever it was, 2016, 2006, whichever one it was that you had. Oh my God, dude, that fucking thing was beautiful.
It was like creme brulee in a bottle. It was so fucking good.
Ugh,
what about you, Russ?
My favorite vintage in recent memory is 2012. I think that it's consistent, it's fucking developed, and unlike 2013, which is very similar on those two descriptors, 2012 is like a little more smooth, a little more velvety, a little more kind of just viscous in quality, where 2013 tends to have a lot more tannin. 2013 is a little bigger and like a little more high in alcohol, and it'll last longer than 2012. But 2012 is where it's at. Drinking a 2012 Cabernet is like just badass.
That's the first wine review I've ever heard that included the word viscous. Fucking bravo. Inspiration
viscous.
Oh, I say that all the time.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's
I've always been
never used
I've
that
always
before.
been a huge fan of 07. I felt that 07 made some phenomenal wines.
Fun fact, when I first got in the wine industry, I was working at BV, and BV's 2007 was released that year, and it got, I think it was 97 points. It was something really high, and I had no like grounds on what's good, what's common, blah blah blah. But I'll always remember 2007 as something important in my kind of career, and it was many years before we had another year like it, and it wasn't until 2013 I think that we came back around to that kind of vintage.
I would have said it was 12. I think you're right with the 12, that the best like full-bodied smoothness came back in 12. It definitely wasn't 11. 10 was really good for bold. 8 was just really good overall. But anyway.
All of those were actually great. Everything after 7 was pretty damn good in its own way, except 11. It sucked. But where I work now, we make sparkling, and sparkling harvests earlier than everyone else. so we don't need to get as ripe. 11, one of the best years.
All right. Nice,
Interesting.
nice.
How that works out.
So to bring it back to the movie, and it's really kind of the last question that I've got as far as any structured content. And if you guys want to do the WAD, I'll leave that to you guys. But this is kind of where I'm going to leave it. If you went down in a plane tomorrow, what do you
Where was I
have in your
going?
pocket? What it doesn't fucking matter. What do you have in your pocket that's going to help you survive? Like I want to talk about that for a moment. What do you carry with you on the regular? Like legitimately, you walk out your door tomorrow and you're magically teleported D&D style to a friggin' tropical paradise with nobody. Wait, no, that's it. That's heaven. You're magically transported to a place of isolation and resources. What do you have in your pocket that helps you survive? What do you carry on you every day?
I know mine right away.
Pocket knife.
My keys. No, you don't get through baggage or you don't get through customs with pocket knife on you.
I keistered it.
Well, all right. So Ben gets through. Actually, for a while, our mutual friend Mike, I think for his bachelor party or something, he gave all of us a Swiss Army knife that was a credit card, and you would pull pieces of it out, and it was like, this is a blade or whatever. And I snuck on flights with that for a long time, and then one day someone took it from me. But it's neither here nor there. I would definitely always have my glasses, and my glasses are going to start fire for me. My keys would be
because your glasses are going to make it through that crash.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to try. You said, what do I always have on me?
No, that's fair. I mean, it's fair. I'm just curious. It's a good
phone
point.
I just
Like,
call somebody.
that guy has his friggin' watch that he lives and dies by every day, and he takes it off to wash his face right before the fucking cabin.
Yeah, that's another thing. You could just break the
depressurizes.
lens out of that wash and
He didn't have it. He took it off to wash his face.
But he
And
had
then-
the hand watch.
Yeah. That's
Oh yeah,
But that was almost like a shrine to the life that he was trying to get back to. Yeah, I don't think you would. It would take some convincing to do any kind of
Here's
altering
a
of
question.
that.
Would
I
you
mean,
guys
after you tried to hang yourself, wouldn't you break it open? I mean,
would either one of
You
you
got me
guys
there.
be able to do you think you would be able to find purpose over survival, in the sense that he had one box left that he just didn't open that whole time? I know.
Russ is phoning it in.
I 100% would open the box. There's nothing in me that's like, I'm a logic guy. Don't care. My heart's not in it. It's all in the head. We're opening all the boxes. Would either of you guys be like, we got to hold on to this box to give us some kind of higher sense of reason?
Fuck no, dude.
No,
and
I
you
want
never
every
find,
resource
and
I
you
got.
never find out what's in that box. You never find out. And I think Russ phoned it in. That was I was bullshitting. That wasn't my last thing. I had to bring this up before we ended. That box was what kept him alive. Fuck Wilson. Fuck all his wife.
Yeah, the
fuck
purpose.
all
Yes,
of that
kept him
other
going.
stuff. He was gonna stay alive long enough to deliver that box. Because, dude, he protected the boxes. He built the shelter for the boxes when the storm came in before he built a shelter for himself.
It's true. I wouldn't know it until watching this movie, but you kind of need purpose. If you're going to be there for 4.5 years, you need to be a little crazy talking to a volleyball, and you need to have something to be like, when I get off this island, here's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, fucking drown yourself.
Yeah, by the time just surviving runs its course with taking up all of your time every day, where you've just got it set and you're like, oh, I got 6 hours of spare time every day. I know I'm going to make it.
Yeah,
I
'cause
suppose there is a point where
he's got no literature. He's got no. I mean, he's got some art, his own generated art. They depict that in his cave.
What if there was a distillery in that package and he could have alcohol for 4 years? That would make me so not depressed for a lot of the time. I could
Well,
just
yeah,
get
no,
drunk
because
off
at that
coconut water.
point you don't take the outhouse and make a sale. You take the outhouse and make an outhouse, and then you just keep on trucking.
Yeah, I think no matter what, I would have tried to figure out how to make alcohol, because otherwise, I don't know how I'd do it.
Coconut, you could make it happen.
Yeah, just
Ferment
throw them
that
on the
coconut,
ground
baby,
and let
make
them
some
start
Pruno.
rotting. Like I
Prison
saw it
style
in that
Pruno.
movie Dinosaur or something, where they
Dinosaur, the 5th highest grossing film of 2000.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
you're talking about the good one. I'm talking about the one where they like try and catch the little dinosaurs. Never mind.
Oh god damn, that's way back. That's
No,
a
no, no,
throwback.
no. It's
Maybe.
more recent, but I know they eat old fruit in it and they get drunk from it. That would be my goal on this island. To
Right.
eat an old
You'd be like,
coconut.
I gotta find a coconut
So
that's
Russ
rotten,
is
but
Russ
too
has
rotten.
got a rack of coconuts that he's aged.
Yep.
Carved the date
Like
into
sherry.
him. He's like,
He's got that
hey,
shit set up like it's fucking sherry, and he's just
15
a little bit more to
days
this
is
one.
15 days is for a Tuesday.
What's it gonna do?
28's
Kill
on
me?
a Thursday.
Like I could die and be done with this shit, or I could get drunk. Like, let's give it a shot.
How do you adjust back
Right.
to real life after being all on your own, dude? Like suddenly there's a car. I really appreciated the scene after his welcome back thing, and he's walking through and he picks up the crab leg. He just throws it
Yeah.
down. All of that waste.
Yeah.
The crab leg scene in particular, because it wasn't when they
And it was
recorded that
sushi
scene.
plate. I love the fact that they had a welcome back feast for this dude who's been stranded on a tropical island for 4 years. And the
And there's
biggest
not
things that
one
are
fucking burger.
facilitated on the fucking table are sushi and crab. Like, dude, cook this
my
motherfucker
God,
a
dude.
turkey.
Dude,
Like,
Joe,
why? Where's
a
the
steak.
cranberry sauce? Like,
Fuck.
Joe, I just gotta ask you, when you saw that, my immediate reaction was a cheeseburger. Did you not think a cheeseburger? Because
Dude. Ribs, chicken.
No, I mean all because of Joe in the book. He wants a
Oh,
cheeseburger.
I got you. Yeah, the cheeseburger. No, I'll admit, dude, listening to that book has given me a new appreciation for cheeseburgers and just food overall. Food's a powerful narrative in that book series.
Yeah, it is.
The Castaway book series. Speaking of the end dragging on, what do you got to close us out with, Joe?
That was it. That was the closer. Was the FedEx package. The delivery to the
like and
package that
subscribe.
started it all. Like, I mean, that pack. I thought that was funny. That was a cute, a funny little disconnect that I think they could have tied up better. It's the only critique I've got on the movie is her package that they pick up in the beginning of the movie gets delivered. If they really wanted to close the loop, they would have made that package not have been delivered and it been on the plane with him, and it would have been the same package coming back to her. That would have been.
Yeah, I always assumed that package is the signed divorce papers from the husband. That's what he.
Oh shit, dude! I never
always assumed
got that. That's
yeah,
but it's not though, because they show the package being delivered.
right.
Right, the package that she ships.
Yeah, and he's got to sign it and send it back.
Come on, Joe, you can do this.
I hadn't got to send it back thing, because why would he have put the friggin' the angel wings on the send it back package?
Because Good point. Good
Yeah.
point.
Fuck your theory, Ben.
Yeah, if you know the answer, put a comment in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share this one. We're looking for answers.
Those divorce papers started the fire.
Hey,
Just
watch
saying.
next episode's Dungeons and Dragons and tell us if you have ever played a Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
Our last episode, Dungeons and Dragons. Hopefully you enjoyed that and you subscribed from it. And here's
That's
your
right.
second one.
Hey,
Try out
watch
the rest of
Dungeons
our
and
library.
Dragons here.
What?
Oh,